Welcome to the Realize podcast, your safe space for truth, transformation, and tough love. I'm your host, Ketna Tiwari, and today we are diving into something raw, something real, and something we all face at some points in our lives. Let's talk about this truth. Even the people closest to you will hurt you. And no, I'm not talking about the haters or outsiders. I'm talking about the people you laugh with, you cry with, maybe even live with. Yeah, those ones. See, for the longest time, many of us, including me, were taught to be nice, to stay calm, to not react. But you know what? Being nice doesn't mean being silent. Being kind doesn't mean being walked over. And being patient doesn't mean being powerless. There comes a point where you gotta stop saying it's okay when it's totally not. There comes a time when you need to stop shrinking to fit into someone else's comfort zone. You are not here to please everyone. You are here to respect yourself first. You did not come into this earth signing a contract saying you will be an absolute doormat and be moldable to everybody else's needs but yours and give no respect to your own self. Which brings me to utter shock and sadness that people do think this way all the time and consider themselves being nice or the bigger person, but actually, you're the most stupid human being to ever exist. So, if someone's constantly crossing your boundaries, draining your energy, disrespecting you, even if they love you, even if you love them, you gotta show up for yourself. Stand up, be clear, and be bold. There is nothing that is coming in your way other than you standing up for yourself, because it's you who has to do it. It's your views, it's your values. As I said, I would like to repeat, even if the people do love you and you love them, that doesn't mean that they will walk all over your boundaries. These two are literally different things. I will tell you my own personal stories. Me, who lives in a family, lives in a home with parents, there are a lot of disagreements and problems that we face. Especially when you're growing as a teenager, you realize a lot of things that are actually not happening in the best way possible. You try to counter ask some questions as to why they're happening a certain way. But that, to other people, sounds like you're being defensive or you're attacking somebody else's boundaries. So, what about your boundaries? Just because you were a child and you did not understand things earlier, you did not say anything about them at that time. But what about this very particular moment when you realize all of this is happening is wrong, somebody is stepping onto your boundaries, you do not feel the best while they are doing so? You will stand up and be bold and clear about what you don't like, what this and this happened, which hurt you in this way, and you need to stop doing it. It can be a person who's 50 to 20 to 30, even 2 years older than you, but you have to stand up and be clear about your own boundaries. You don't owe anybody endless chances just because they're close, quote unquote, close to you or their loved ones. If, matter of fact, in my opinion, if they are quote unquote closed ones, they need to actually respect you. They are the first ones who have to respect you. Like, isn't it so obvious for them to respect you? It should not be something to be put up with. Like the very mere fact that I'm able to feel this way in front of you actually disqualifies you as somebody who's close to me or is loved by me or you love me or whatever. The fact that the people closest to you don't know the boundaries and don't know how to love you, that's ridiculous. And I have to stand up for this. If you guys actually are facing these kind of problems, please subtly just stand up for yourself. Be firm on your boundaries. Don't cry. Don't shout. Be firm and confident in yourself while communicating certain things. You don't have to keep justifying yourself and your feelings. And you don't need to keep playing the good one while others get away with hurting you. So let me tell you something real. Sometimes the most powerful move is to walk the confident talk. Straighten your back, lift your chin, and remind yourself I'm not weak. I'm just done. I'm done from this bullshit. And you need to get ahead with actually clearing your own intention first. So, as the famous quote says, you need to know a topic so well that you're able to teach it in front of so many people to actually be excellent at it. Think about it. You have to tell other people how you feel when they hurt you. So, you have to know, are you actually hurt? What is actually hurting you? Why is it hurting you? Who is hurting you? And what happened that made you feel this way? You need to clear your intentions first. No, I don't want to hurt anyone, but the mere fact is that I'm getting hurt. So, the most important thing right now is to save myself and defend myself rather than actually thinking about who's actually close to me, whose feelings matter. Your feeling matters first and then the others. If you yourself are not able to handle yourself and your feelings, then how are you supposed to actually be the bigger person and handle other people's feelings? Like, it's just a stupid kid saying, oh, I'll be the topper next week, without even studying for the weekend. It actually reminds me of a lot of things that actually happen in real life and people do face in day to day lives, especially women. Not targeting a certain group, but actually, as a woman, I feel it more. So maybe that is why I say women, because over the years, we have been facing a lot of clashes, and you know, men need to understand that for so many years they were like this, so this is how we need to be sensitive about this topic and let them live their lives. It is just really ridiculous to me that the people who are actually quote unquote your real ones are the ones to hurt you the most because they matter to you. But if they matter to you and they love you, they actually love you, then they need to know what hurts you and what doesn't hurt you. And they need to know how to love me. I have to feel loved in order for you to become my family member or somebody who's close. What binds people together is love and harmony. If that is not the very root cause of your relationship, then what is it? What is actually it? Because materialistic things actually match a lot of relationships outside. I have a relationship with my boss because he gives me money and I get him the work done. But that doesn't make him the real close one in my life because that is just a corporate relationship. But what about the people around you who actually shape the human being, the very personality of you? Why do I actually stress on this topic is because this actually creates a self concept of a person. We need to change this wiring in our heads that we are not enough. We are actually enough. We are just not loved enough, and that is totally the fault of the people around us and not us. But you have yourself to give all the love you want, and you can change the people in your life. Which reminds me of something funny, um, just to lighten up the mood, that if you can't change the man, change the man. Sometimes I say this and laugh out loud, but it's not about a man, it's about humans. If you can't change someone, because there's somebody out there who's better and who's willing to do better. That's it for today. I hope everybody is doing well and fine, and after this video, you give a little thought to your self confidence, self concept, and how you are not being sensitive but just taking your side. It is really important to take your own side than to take anybody else's, because you have to be powerful in order to make this society powerful. Just remember that and keep on being you. Stand up for yourself and stop being a doormat. Bye.